This feels so weird. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, are we good? Okay.
Hit me with the hard stuff. Come on. AD.
Yeah.
What's the reality? What's the reality? What's the reality? What's the reality?
Wait, I need to put in a vote to change. How much does that cost to
I
make?
think I gotta add a little more. What's the reality? What's the reality? Gotta get more grit to it.
A little bit more soul. Hey friends, and welcome back to What's the Reality? Today is a very, very special and exciting day because I'm sitting down with a true pop culture icon, the one and only Nick Lachey. From topping the charts with 98 Degrees to starring in the OG reality show Newlyweds, to now hosting your favorite shows like Love is Blind, The Ultimatum, and Perfect Match. Y'all, Nick has truly done it all. So, as you know, the new season of Perfect Match is out, and Nick and I are here to get into all the juicy details. I cannot wait to talk about it. Welcome to What's the
Thank you.
Reality?
Hey, thanks for having me.
Of course. How are you?
I'm great.
Speaking of What's the Reality, the king of reality. Yeah, don't think I forgot.
Is that my title? The
It is.
official?
It is today.
You know what? It's been good to me. I can't lie. Reality TV has been a wonderful gift in my life. So,
Yeah. You are on how many shows on Netflix?
3. Get to host
Three.
obviously Love is Blind
Been there.
with Vanessa, as well as Ultimatum with
Yes.
Vanessa, and then Perfect Match
Perfect Match.
solo by
I have
myself.
so many questions for you that I don't even think I'm going to use this.
Don't even use them. Throw them away.
Okay.
Just be
So
proud.
first of all, how's Vanessa, my girl? Love
She's great.
her.
She's great. It's always fun this summer. We get to spend more time with the kids
Yeah.
and do family trips and more like kind of meaningful family time. So that's always fun.
Hey Vanessa, I love
Just
you.
celebrated 14 years
I
married,
saw.
20 together. So we're like
Insane.
fossils now.
Okay, so what is the secret?
I don't think there is a secret. I think that's like if it was, it was that easy, I would
I know.
bottle it and sell it and
Right.
be a gazillionaire. No, I think we always say 3 things are kind of paramount, at least for us. I think
Mhm.
everybody's different. So you got to take everyone's advice with a grain of salt because what
Mhm.
works for 2 people in one situation doesn't work for another couple. But communication, cliche, but it's
Mhm.
very true. Trust, obviously, I think you have to have in any relationship.
Mhm.
And then respect. As long as you respect each other, um, I think you can get through pretty much anything.
I
So those are
agree.
the three kind of staples that we try to always lean on in life and in love and
Mhm.
all that good stuff.
Ollie and I are working on those 3
Oh, trust me,
right
you never
now.
stop working.
Oh, never stops.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
those are 3 things that we are battling right now. Do you have any advice? We are, as you know, this is your
yes.
fault, by the way.
Well, I take full credit. You think I
This
tell
is all
everybody?
you.
I tell everybody. No, look, I think my brother, who I don't give much credit to in many things, but
Mm.
he said this to me once. He said, "My best advice to you guys is don't take other people's advice."
Mm.
Because again, what works for,
Yeah.
one person, one couple
Mhm.
doesn't necessarily work for another. So it's one of those things that you got to kind of like in a weird kind of sick way, you got to enjoy the struggle. It's part of the journey. It's part of the
Yeah.
process. And when you come out on the other side of those struggles, you have this sense of accomplishment, that
Yeah.
you figured it out, but you got to kind of figure it out together, what
Go
works
through it
for,
to get through it.
I will say
Yeah.
that Vanessa and I being 2 Scorpios and both being very like we have the same exact birthday. We're very similar people in
Yeah.
terms of our competitiveness.
You know I'm a Scorpio.
So
I get
the
it.
the will to
I
win
get
is
it. Yeah.
strong.
It is strong.
And like looking at marriage as being a failure, it's like
Mm.
we're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
go out like
Yeah,
that.
we're
Like it's
gonna
like
win this. Yeah.
this competitive thing. Like we're
Yeah.
gonna figure it out.
I
Gotta
feel
figure
that.
it out.
Yeah. Scorpios, we have something's very special going on.
Yeah.
So Nick, you went from starring on one of the most iconic reality shows of all time, Newlyweds,
Hmm.
to hosting some of the biggest shows in the genre. Did being in front of the camera as a cast member influence the way that you approach hosting these shows?
I think so. When I did reality TV, it was so different. It was
Mhm.
very much like fly on the wall. Very little, if any scriptedness, soft
Mhm.
scriptedness, any of that
Mhm.
stuff. But I do think that being on camera as a participant in reality gave me a certain empathy to what
Yeah.
that experience is like, right? So I try to approach being the host of reality shows in a way that I would want to be treated, right?
Mhm.
Because when you sign up for these, you don't necessarily know everything that you're
Right.
going to be doing. You don't understand the process. You don't
Right.
understand what comes with the process. I think that's the hardest part is when people start to see themselves on TV. And
Mm.
when you have to kind of answer for all those things and
Mhm.
answer for those decisions and answer for those moments, that can be really tough in the world we live in now with social media being so prevalent and everyone having an opinion. Um, so yeah, I try to be a support system as much as I can, as does Vanessa, because I think I understand what it's like and
Mhm.
how intimidating it can be and how
Mhm.
hard it can be. So the more I can be supportive,
Mhm.
the more I can be encouraging. I try and do that
Mhm.
because I get it.
Yeah. I can definitely attest to that. Like when the cameras cut, you and Vanessa are always like, "Hi, how are you?" Like checking in as real people. And I
Yeah.
think that I wish that the world could see more of that. Like Vanessa always runs up to me and she's like, "AD, how are you?" Like for real. And I'm just like bawling my eyes out. Like she's
Yeah.
someone I can actually hug and hold, and I can see the empathy in her eyes, and I can feel that you guys are like real people. You're not just here watching the madness. Like you guys really feel what we feel.
Well, we're real people and so are
Yeah.
all of you. And so
Right.
everyone we come in contact with are real people, not
Right.
characters on a TV
Right.
show. I think that's what people get so lost in is,
Mhm.
these are real people with real experiences and real
Real,
relationships
yeah.
and real stakes. And it's easy to sit at work and talk to your coworkers about what
Mhm.
A and B should have done or,
Mhm,
could have
mhm.
done. We try to always remind ourselves that, yeah, I mean, we're all real people.
Mhm.
And at the end of the day, we all got to look in the mirror and, and live the
Yeah.
same truth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've always tried to be as much as we can a
Mhm.
support for all of you. And it doesn't
And
matter
we
the show, whether
appreciate
it's Love
it.
is Blind,
Yeah.
Ultimatum, Perfect Match. There's always moments where it gets to be too much or feel like too
Mhm.
much. And we want to
Mhm.
be able to be there for you guys as much as we can. Yeah.
Yeah, we really do appreciate I appreciate
Well,
it
thank you. I'm
truly.
glad.
Um,
Appreciate that.
how did you first get involved in the Netflix reality hosting world, and what's the journey been like for you?
It's a funny story. We back in maybe 2018, we were part of another show called For Love or Money.
Mm.
And we went to Netflix and we're pitching that show. And I remember Derek and Brandon were there and said, "No, we don't really like this idea,
Yeah.
but we've just picked up this other show that we think you guys might be perfect hosts for.
Mm.
Can you come back tomorrow and we'll pitch you on this
Oh,
show?"
that's
And
cool.
it turned out to be Love is Blind.
That's so
So
cool.
we enjoyed the concept, enjoyed the idea of the concept, and actually had our first meeting with Chris,
Ooh.
had a Kinetic and got to know each other a little bit and decided, hey, let's go for this thing.
That's so cool.
So we
How
did the
has it
first season.
been, like, watching like, Love is Blind evolve from season 1 to where it is today?
I mean, in like a weird way, it's like watching your kid grow up or
Yeah.
something. We were so I've told this story many times, but I remember being in Atlanta doing season one, and we were a lot more involved in season one. We were on
Mhm.
set all day. We were interviewing everyone as they came out of their dates in the pods. We
Yeah.
were visiting them in their apartments. We were very involved on a daily basis. And I remember going back to the hotel, and at the end of the day, having a drink with Vanessa in the bar and just talking about the show and what do the
Yeah.
girls do today and what do the guys do
Yeah.
today. And I told her, I said, if we're this into it, like, having worked on it all day and we still
Mhm.
wanna talk about it,
Mhm.
I gotta believe that the viewing public out there is gonna be
Yeah.
way invested too,
Yeah.
so to be honest, I don't think anyone you never go into a first season of any show thinking, "This is gonna be a
A global
massive hit." No
sensation,
one no
yeah.
one could have possibly predicted or seen what Love is Blind was gonna be, and I think
Mhm.
it was just the perfect show that people needed at the perfect time. A lot of people point to COVID and say, "Well, everyone was at home watching and had nothing else to do, and so
Right.
that's why the show exploded." The show was doing great even before COVID,
Mhm.
it just
Mhm.
resonated with people because it had heart,
Yeah.
I mean, we see so much TV that's not necessarily filled with heart, and Love is Blind, it had heart, it still does.
Yeah.
People coming to a very unorthodox situation to try and find what they haven't been able to find,
Mhm.
in the conventional dating world, and I think that's what resonated with people. Because at the end of the day, we all wanna be loved.
Right.
We all wanna love somebody,
Right.
and we wanna be loved for who we truly are. that sentiment is real. I
Yeah.
think that's what makes the show, unique and special.
Yeah. When you heard the concept, were you like, I'm sorry, what?
I was like,
You're gonna
"What
do
is going?"
what to
Yeah,
these
I remember
people?
I didn't get it at first,
Yeah.
and Chris is so passionate about it. He was like super intense. I'm like, "Oh man, what is?" I don't know what this is yet, but I think I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes a minute to kind of wrap your head around because it is
Yeah.
so. But again, that's what makes it so unique, and what's made it so successful is that it,
Mhm.
it is just like, wait a minute, these people are going to commit to spend the rest of their lives together and never see each other.
Mhm.
But then when you really get down to it, that's what makes it work
Mhm.
because it is about connection and connection in like the realest possible way and doing that without physicality coming into play. It's such a unique but
Scary.
powerful concept.
Yeah.
That's why it's worked so well, I think.
Yeah. I've always wondered, do you get to see in real time? Are you in the producers' rooms and the editing room? Like, are you seeing in real time, like, what's going on both sides of the wall or
Um, in the first season, we were in the control room,
Yeah.
and we were so invested in like I remember being with Barnett, and I'm like, and I know kind of what he's dealing with
Yeah.
emotionally and where he's. Do I go this way? Do I
Uh-huh.
go that way? And I'm like, don't tip your hand, Nick.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
cause
yeah.
we all have feelings
Yeah.
like, no, you should go this way,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
I'm
but you
seeing.
have to, like
But so it was just like it was unique to be a part of it so in depth season one and
Mm.
seeing how it all played out. But as it's evolved in the way that the show's filmed now, and like we used to go on the getaways with the
Yeah.
cast and be a part of that. It's just evolved in a way that I think has been great for the show, but it,
Mhm.
it makes us less on camera present.
Mhm, mhm.
So we really, it's almost amazing that we really in getting ready for the reunion, um, get kind of the update on how the season progressed.
Mhm.
Obviously, we check in
Yeah.
and we're texting constantly with producers, who got married, who's
Mhm, mhm,
engaged,
mhm.
how's it playing out. But we really don't see it until we actually prepare for the reunion.
Yeah, that must be tough.
It's tough because we have. I mean, this every single year I go into the lounge the first day. I look at all those faces out there and
Just
how
hopeful.
eager but fearful
Mhm.
and all the emotions that they're dealing with. And as a human being, I want the best for everybody in that
Yeah.
room. And
Yeah.
I even say that every year. I'm like, guys, I wish everyone in this room
Mhm.
walked out of here in this experience with the love of their life.
Yeah.
But at the very least, learn something about yourself,
Yeah.
right? Invest yourself in it. So it is tough because you care about everybody, everybody there, and you want to see them do well. You want to see them
Mhm.
come out of it in a good place, and so it's
Yeah.
hard not to feel as involved as we were season one. But that's just the way it is.
Yeah. So, how is it co-hosting 2 dating shows with your wife, and what's your favorite part about working together?
Honestly, it's weird therapy for us because
Okay.
especially less so Love is Blind. Love is Blind reminds you of why you fall in love, right?
Mm.
Because you're seeing these love stories unfold. And I'm a sappy, emotional, sentimental guy. So like seeing people fall in love and like
Yeah.
find true connection and
Mm.
and and you know and see it happen on TV. I still get off on it.
We love
And I'm
love,
proud to be a
yeah.
part of, proud to be a part of something like that. Ultimatum's different in that you're dealing with couples who aren't necessarily in the best place.
Mhm.
And so you still want the best for them, but sometimes the best for them means they split up,
Yeah.
right? I mean, sometimes you're in a situation that's not the one you're supposed to be in.
Mhm.
And sometimes it takes a tough experience like Ultimatum to
Ooh.
to open your eyes to
Yeah.
that. So it's look, kind of like we started this interview. Vanessa and I are always happy to try and give what insights have worked for us, but you also want to be careful not to preach to people
Mhm.
like this is what you need to do because
Mhm.
we don't know,
Mhm.
and we don't pretend to know. So it's tough sometimes in Ultimatum to see it not work out for someone or to see a couple going through some
Right.
real pain.
Right.
Like Nick and Sandy went through like real pain.
That
And it
was
was hard.
tough.
It was like
Yeah.
hard to be a part of that. But in the end, it
Mhm.
was what was best for
Yeah.
them as a couple.
Yeah, yeah.
And we all could kind of see that and see the way it kind of worked out. But yeah, it's we always walk away from that thinking, okay, what do we learn today?
Mm.
Like we
Yeah.
talk about trust, respect, and commitment, but are we
Mhm.
and communication, but are we honoring that every day in our
Mhm.
relationship? So it's kind of a cool
Wow.
therapeutic way to
Yeah.
remind yourself of what you need to do as a
Mhm.
couple to be the best you can be.
That's really powerful that you're, like, learning and in it and working and then going home and applying.
I mean, look, I'm no expert on anything, but
Yeah.
you never stop learning, I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Not in relationships,
Hmm.
and if you think you've learned everything you have to learn about your partner, you're in for a big
Yeah.
surprise because
Tell
we're
me
all
about
changing
it.
as people,
Yeah.
and the way we relate to each other changes. So I think it's a
Hmm.
constant journey.
So after hosting so many seasons of Love is Blind, The Ultimatum, and The Perfect Match, is there any moment that truly shocked you or stuck with you more than the rest?
Man, I remember- it's I love Shane so much.
Hmm.
That's like my guy.
Yeah.
But on season 1 of Perfect Match, when Chloe hooked up, oh gosh, who was that? But anyway, she ended up matching with someone different at the end of the night, and Shane's
Oh.
just sitting there dejected, but he's sitting underneath the
Oh.
infinity pool of the suite that she's just walked into with this
Oh,
guy,
yeah.
and they jump into the pool, and the pool water flows over the edge and dumps all over
Oh,
an already dejected Shane. I was like, "Oh
yeah.
my
No, I
god, you
remember
can't
that.
write this stuff. You can't script this
I
stuff." And I
remember.
felt so badly for him in that moment. So that moment always sticks out. The first, the first season of Love Is Blind, um, Giannina running out of the wedding chapel in her wedding
Yeah.
dress and running down the street with cameras following her. I'm like, what is happening right now? This is just madness. But there's also been so many beautiful,
Mhm.
beautiful moments, I mean, seeing you and your happiness
I
and how your life
know.
has changed so much in the 2 different shows we've done
Yeah.
together.
Mhm.
It's exciting to see real people finding real love, and we
Yeah.
continue to get to be a part of that. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, there's a lot of great moments. And yes, the funny ones, the wild ones, those are always memorable, but I think the best ones are the success stories, you know?
Yeah. That's beautiful. You've been a part of a lot of my major life changes.
Don't blame me. Don't blame me.
No, after y'all see Perfect Match, you'll see why we're speaking of Perfect Match.
Yeah, yep.
I have some questions.
Yes, I bet you do.
Okay, I'm gonna
I may have some answers, maybe
okay.
not all. Hold on, I need another drink of water for this. I'm in the hot seat now.
The first episodes just dropped last week. I'm very excited to talk about this with you. So, how do you feel about bringing outside stars that are outside of the Netflix universe in this season to kind of spice things up?
I like that twist.
Yeah.
I think it started as a great celebration of Netflix reality
Mhm.
and celebrating all the stars of Netflix reality. But I think as everything evolves and gets bigger, hopefully, and continues to grow, I think that was kind of a natural place for the show to go. So
Mhm.
I thought it added something bringing
Yeah.
our 2 bachelorette stars into the
Mhm.
mix. And I can see that, being a format change that continues to work, for
Yeah.
Perfect Match going forward.
I thought that was so cool. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, none of us saw that coming. And then like people from like Love Island and Juliet from Siesta
Yeah.
Keys. What a show. Talk about reality royalty. She's been doing that forever. And then Bachelor Nation is just such a crazy combination. Um, which I obviously never saw coming. And I never saw a lot of things coming
Yeah.
the whole season. And you just had a pocket full of twists and turns.
It tends to be that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it tends to be that. And I love how your reaction to me even being around is like, "Oh, here we
Here
go.
comes
Here we go.
Nick, no.
What bomb is Nick about to drop
You're just
on?"
like with the biggest smile, "Come sit down.
We're like,
Everybody come."
we're sitting here by the pool in our bikinis having a shot of tequila, and here comes
Here
Nick
comes
coming
Nick.
to throw a monkey wrench in the whole thing.
Literally.
Yeah.
It
Sorry.
was rarely good news when you showed up,
I hate being that guy.
unfortunately. I know.
Don't look at it as bad news. It's just interesting
Just
news.
interesting news.
Different news. Different
Devastating
news.
news for
Well,
some.
you know what? Those moments, it's interesting when you look back though. Do you think that things would have turned out for you maybe the way they did if that moment hadn't happened? And should we divulge what the moment is you're talking about?
Yes, of course, we can bring that up.
All
There
right.
is a moment where Nick shows up with one of his lovely surprises, that is not so lovely for me and Freddie, where we're told that we were kind of voted by, Danielle and Lucy as the strongest couples, and they ultimately had to decide which one of us left the house, and it was Freddie and me, which came as a shocker, very devastating shocker, but to your point, I don't think my life I would be sitting here and doing the things and feeling the way and being engaged and pregnant had that not happened
Yeah.
because one, it tested our relationship for sure. Like, and that's what the show is about, testing the relationship. And two, I know, and the producers know I was never gonna leave that man, and he was never gonna leave me. And there would be no way to test if we were really truly a perfect match. So although it was like devastating and it's hard to watch,
Yeah.
but it made sense for why it needed to happen.
Yeah, I think sometimes we don't recognize why the challenge is being presented to us, but then in hindsight, having the benefit of that 2020 hindsight vision, you can
Mhm.
see, okay, you know what? I can actually see that was a necessary step
Yeah.
in the evolution of my life or my relationship or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
So I'm glad you feel that way now, and you're not going to jump across the room and stab me to death
No,
in a
not today.
rage.
No, back then, if they let me
But
loose.
but no, it was. I mean, look, the format is based on if you're lucky enough to win the challenge and
Mm.
go into the boardroom with me,
Mhm.
then you have an opportunity to upset the apple cart and try and take out your strongest
Yeah.
competition. Because at the end of
Mhm.
the day, it is all about trying to win that title of
Mhm.
being the perfect
Perfect
match, right?
match, right.
So that was a format twist, obviously, but it was a necessary one to kind of do what it did, which is upset the apple cart a little bit
Right.
and create a little perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was helpful and hurtful. In the moment, you don't understand it.
And by the way,
Yeah.
you don't think I'm standing there delivering that news and watching your face and seeing how devastated you are, and you don't think that cuts into me?
I know.
I
I
hate being the
know.
guy that has to deliver that
No,
news.
I know.
Oh, and Madison and Freddie were, I mean, she was
Devastated.
devastated.
Devastated,
So
yeah.
in no way, shape, or form do I get off
Yeah.
on being that guy to come in
Yeah.
and give that speech. But that's part of the gig, part of
Yeah.
what I signed up for. And that's why at least now I too can look at you and see your happiness and
Yeah.
feel at least a little
A
better
little,
about
yeah.
it.
Yeah, we made it through.
Yeah, you did. But you guys, what people don't, and they'll see when they see the entire season,
Mhm.
but even through the first however many episodes we're in, I mean, your guys' connection was so palpable.
Yeah.
And in terms of like knowledge of each other, and we would do a challenge, and it's like, guys, just, I mean, it was like almost stupid how much you knew about each other or
I
how in
know.
tune you were with each other. So it was like, wow, yeah, we gotta mix this up a little bit.
Yeah,
And Lucy and Daniel took the opportunity to do that in that
they
moment.
did,
So,
right. Do you have a favorite compatibility challenge as a host?
oh man. I mean, I could say the one that's the most uncomfortable for me is the kissing challenge because because it is
Is
probably
that
the most
uncomfortable for you?
well, it's uncomfortable for me to have to be the one to present it
Yeah.
because I can see it on your face. You're like, oh, here we, and you know it's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a staple of every season of the show, um, and I think it is telling. I think there's physical chemistry,
Mhm.
especially on this show, is
Mhm.
a big part of
Mhm.
of the equation. Um, it's obviously a very different show than like a Love Is Blind, where physical
Yeah,
chemistry comes later. But
right.
your chemistry is tested in that moment, and we saw some drama with that challenge this season.
Yeah.
So it does kind of put things out there on the table, and you gotta confront because it's really what it's about, right? It's about trying to create why they're called challenges
Mhm.
challenges not only in the moment, but challenges for each of these connections you guys have formed. All right.
Mhm.
Can you make it through this moment? Can you make it through the fact that
Barely.
your partner may have thought someone else was a better kisser? Oh, hold on now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
those things, it makes you forces you to deal with things in a different
Mhm.
way. Because
Mhm.
it's easy to get on like autopilot. Hey, we're hanging out in the house, we're
Yep.
having a good time, we're all partying, we're
Yeah.
doing what we're doing. Um, and I think it's the job of the format of the show to create those challenges and create those opportunities to really look at your connection in a different way.
Imagine doing that, like, not blindfolded. I wouldn't there'd be cat fights for
Well, the
sure.
most awkward part to me is leading the men out in this
Yeah.
elephant line of, here we go. Everybody hold on to my waist. I'm gonna lead you out. And they're all like, we can't see. Where are we
Yeah.
going? It's such a weird, awkward challenge. But I do think it has a lot of meaning in terms of the arc of the show and what it
Mhm.
what it presents you guys with and the challenges again that it presents everybody with.
No one went home happy after that. That was a
No.
mess.
No. I mean, hey, at least we provided, I think, Listerine this time around. You know what I mean? We're learning
And
every season. They make it a little bit more
a little
tolerable for
easier,
everybody.
yeah, a little easier. We made it through,
Yeah, you
barely.
did. You made it through.
So, was there anything about this season that stood out to you compared to other seasons?
you guys just formed you just formed connections so quickly out of the gate.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there was very little turnover at all from, like,
Mhm.
the second mixer. It was like you guys were just locked in.
It was the
I
boys.
mean, just locked in. I
They
just didn't see that coming, you
they
know?
literally, like, stuck their teeth in us, and they were like, "You guys are not allowed to do anything, but we're gonna act a fool." And we were like,
Well,
"Okay."
but you guys, I mean, it seemed like everyone was just, like, really, really comfortable and really
We
locked
were.
in. And I don't think that's necessarily happened on other, other seasons,
Mm,
but no, I had a blast this season. You guys
yeah.
were awesome
It
to
was so
work with.
fun.
It was a great group, and everybody just seemingly got along really well.
Yeah,
There was definitely more drama, I think,
for
maybe,
sure.
kind of weird, jealous drama
For sure.
on other seasons, but this season I think was really, really, um, special in a different way, and that's the beauty of reality TV,
Mhm.
right? Is you don't know how it's gonna play out.
Yeah,
You
you
don't
can't
you
predict
could
it.
have
Yeah.
5 weddings, 5 I do's on Love Is Blind, or
Mhm.
you could have 1.
Yeah.
You could have, I mean, look at you and Ali after
Yeah.
as a result of this show, and look at what has come from that. Nobody can
Yeah.
predict that stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody can possibly know that this stuff's gonna happen. So that's the beauty of, to me, it's like that's the beauty of being a part of reality TV, is that it can go any which way,
Mhm.
and you gotta be ready to roll with it.
Yep.
If it goes this way, hey, we're going right. If it
Yep.
goes this way, we're going left.
Yeah.
That's the fun of it. That's the juice of it.
Yeah. I really have to say, just as a person and a contestant on these shows and someone that has been we've known each other for a few years, like, I really do appreciate your energy on set, and as much as I grunt and moan when you come in, it's from a place of love. I really do, like, I think you neutralize the scene for a little bit, and you bring us kinda back down to reality, which is I really appreciate, and then even on these reunions, I don't think you get as much love and support as you should
Oh,
from
thank
the
you.
people and the public where, like, you guys are some stand-up folks, and I really look up to you, and Ollie and I, we both do look up to you and Vanessa as a couple and just as what you're doing in this industry, and we're really grateful for you
Oh,
guys'
I appreciate
presence.
that.
Yeah.
We talked about this, before. It's like when you do a reunion, there's no possible way you can make everyone happy in
Mhm.
a reunion, right?
Mhm.
Some part of the public's gonna say, "You should have gone in more.
Right.
We need more answers. You
Every
should have
time.
dug into them."
Right.
And the minute you do that, the other half is saying,
"You were too
"Whoa,
harsh."
whoa, whoa, they're
Yeah.
vulnerable. Don't go in like that. That's
Mhm.
not fair to them.
Mhm.
Don't make them cry." And it's like,
Right.
we're not. So you can't ever do, I think, a reunion and feel like you've satisfied everyone. It's
Mhm.
just never gonna happen.
Mhm.
And I tell that to Vanessa all the time. I say, "Babe, we're gonna go in there. We're gonna do the best job we can, and
Mhm.
we're gonna ask the questions that people
Mhm.
need to get answers to." But really, what a reunion is for us is an opportunity for the cast to
Get
clean the
it.
slate,
Yep.
right? It's
Mhm.
an opportunity for the cast to ask the questions they need to ask.
Mhm.
So if I am talking to a Nick at reunions, and I basically give him the opportunity to ask
Mhm.
the question he needed to ask, and he chooses not to do it,
Right.
that's on
That's
him.
on him.
Like, this is an opportunity for him to get his answers,
Mhm.
and for him to call out what he needs to get called
Mhm.
out, and for him to walk away from that reunion, and everyone on that stage to walk away from that reunion feeling like they got what they needed out of it.
Right.
And if people choose not to do that for whatever reason, that's really that's really on them. That's
Yeah.
really their moment.
I agree with
It's not
that.
about it's not about Vanessa and I.
Yeah.
We're the
Holding people to the
conduits.
fire.
Yeah, we're the
Yeah.
conduits, but it's
Yeah.
about people there having gone through a really emotional experience, for better or worse,
Mhm.
for those people getting the answers they need.
Mhm. I 100% agree to that, like 100%, and we're grateful for you.
No, thank
That's
you.
all I have to say about that part.
Thank you.
Besides all the work you've been doing, on these Netflix shows, are there any other projects you're working on personally, professionally that you're excited about?
Yeah, I mean, we're always constantly trying to develop new ideas for TV, projects. Obviously, we've had some great partners over the years at Kinetic and Netflix, and continuing to try and develop and explore new opportunities with both of those parties. But also, music continues to be a huge part of my life. I'm still touring with 98 Degrees.
Loving it.
We have a new album just came out called Full Circle, and we're doing shows, kind of throughout the year, and we'll
Mhm.
continue to. So, yeah, music's kind of where it started for me,
Mhm.
way back in 1997,
Mhm.
and continues to be kind of the foundation of what I do.
Yeah.
Everything else has been incredible, and as I said, TV, reality TV, hosting has all been magical for me. But nothing beats the rush of being on stage
Mhm.
with your band doing what you love to do, and feeling that energy from the crowd. That'll be something I hopefully will continue to get to do,
Yeah.
assuming we still have fans out there.
Of course you
But
do.
something I hope I get to continue to do for the rest of my life because
Yeah.
it's amazing.
That's awesome. I love when I go on Instagram and I see Vanessa's stories and she's there with the family and the
Yeah.
kids and you're just like on stage and they're all just like
Well, they're old enough
Yeah.
now, my kids, to actually think I'm kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, wait, people, thousands of people show up to hear you sing. Like,
Yeah.
yes. Who do you think's paying for your school? And
Yeah.
the only time they ever thought I was cool up till now was when I, was on Masked Singer and I was a pig. I covered my face with a pig mask, and they're like, oh yeah, Dad, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Other than that, they think I'm over the hill. So it's
Oh.
fun to get them to see
Yeah.
them get to come to the shows now and enjoy it.
Yeah. That's why I'm trying to do everything now so I can prove to my daughter that I promise you I was cool. Like I was hot one day. I was really cool. People actually liked me. And she's like, Mom, you're so
Yeah,
embarrassing.
it's just I think it's part of the gig.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's what you want, man. That's what I mean, you asked what else is new. I mean, obviously career is one thing, but fatherhood is the
Mm.
ultimate. And
Mhm.
that's what I live for. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you just want to be dad. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't need to be cool. I just need to be dad.
Yeah.
My son saw a picture of me coming out of the ocean. I had six pack. He was like, "Dad, who superimposed abs on you?" I said, "No, this is what dad used to look
This
like
was
before I
me.
had you
Yeah.
guys. And I have no time to go to the gym."
Yeah.
But that's what you want.
Yeah.
That's what I've always dreamed of, is having a family and just being dad. That's,
Aw.
even if it means having a dad bod,
Yeah.
just being dad.
I love
That's
that.
that's the fun stuff.
Yeah, that's what it all comes down to is family. And you do such a great job. And you and Vanessa are just such great examples for all of us. And
Thank you.
again, I'm just really grateful that you took the time out to come and hang out with me and
I wouldn't have missed it.
all Nick and all that you're doing in the reality space. Very, very grateful. So thank you for joining me on What's the Reality?
Always great to see you, and congrats on all your success
Thank
and
you.
continued success. And
Thank you.
I'm sure we'll see each other again.
Of course. Reunion.
Let's do it.
Perfect match reunion.
I love it. Let's make it
Okay,
happen.
let's make it
We'll host
happen.
it. Let's do it.
Okay. You guys, thank you so much for tuning into another episode of What's the Reality. Be sure to follow us on all social platforms at What's the Reality Pod. I will see you guys next Wednesday. And don't forget to watch Perfect Match. Love you. Bye.
What's the reality? What's the reality?